From New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show. Now, here's Wendy.
Well. Thank you for watching. Say hello to my co-host, my studio audience. How you doing? I'm doing great. Let's get started. It's time for... Come on. It's been a long weekend. The door's open. And what do you think I saw first, Suzanne? Yup, exactly.
Yup, right in the
Please
front,
stand
right there,
up.
right there. Stand
Do it
up,
again.
stand up, right there.
Okay.
Yes.
Like, I need that in my life. Where are you from?
Florida.
Welcome. Okay. I need that in my life because I'm going to see our friend John Leguizamo in Brooklyn this weekend. And I'm going with my friend Medina. That means you can't dress so sophisticated.
Right.
You know, you gotta put on something saucy. That's a good one. Hi, John. I'll see you at your show. So anyway, oh my gosh, you guys, oh my gosh. Okay, yesterday, I'm minding my own business and Bernie comes to me and says, all right, Wendy, here's the number. I'm like, what number? She wants to talk to you before she comes to the show. I'm like, who? Robin Crawford. So I'm like, is she mad? I see you laughing. You must be a New Yorker and know my reckless radio times. Look, I'm like, is she mad at me or is she canceling? She's supposed to be here on Tuesday.
Yep.
So I'm like, oh. Ding, 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 ding. It was only me and Robin on the phone, no publicist agents and all that stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? From the time I said, it was supposed to be 12 o'clock on the dot. So at 11:59, I'm looking at the phone, and I'm dialing. I'm like, oh. Hello? Robin, it's Wendy. I didn't use my last names because I'm just Wendy. All right. Oh, Rob. So look, it turns out she was delightful from the beginning to the end. We talked on the phone for like 25 minutes, and on a scale of 1 to 10, this conversation was a 25. So, she's 58, she's very settled in her life. You know what? Robin's the type of girl, Robin, I didn't tell you this on the phone, but I was feeling it in my heart. Robin's the type of girl that after she leaves the couch, I don't mind exchanging numbers and being, oh yes, the conversation was grown, 58, 55, we're grown. You know, she's been through stuff, I've been through stuff. She's got this book out. She wants to tell about the real Whitney that she knew. But Robin also has a backstory. And she had front bleacher seat to the entire...
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. You would have been... Look, I thought about you the whole time.
I mean...
The whole time I was on the phone.
you know, I want to at least be listening in on the call.
No. Excuse me, we're gonna give her beefy conversation.
Right.
I virtually think that Tuesday's show will only be hot topics, Robin, commercial break, more Robin. If I can squeeze it in, more Robin. Now look. So she'll be here on Tuesday. And, oh, by the way, attention Wendy staff. I assured her, because we are always polite from beginning to end. Co-host, you know that. You call for your tickets, everyone was polite, right? Security doesn't manhandle you, they bring you in. They have to search your bags, because there could be a killer anywhere. But, you know, they polite. Susanna's polite, the cameramen are polite, but shady, which I love. People are polite here and we lead with kindness, so I assured her this is a place of trust and grown conversation, and we're gonna listen intently. So if you have tickets for Tuesday's show, I don't wanna hear a whole bunch of clapping like when Robin talks, only because then, like people on TV hear it because my mic is live, but you don't hear it as co-host. Do you know what I mean, Norman?
Absolutely. Yep.
Suzanne, you might wanna take off that day.
Why?
We don't need all that clapping.
Why? Oh, yeah, no, I will be silent. There will be no clapping.
Okay, but you don't wanna miss this, right?
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Marco. Marco. Oh, excuse me. Is DJ Booth not here? Look at this. Look. This is what he does with his life. Disappears. That's okay. Look. Okay. About T.I.'s stupid comments on that podcast. First of all, no. Look, there's more to the story. Okay. So. I thought it was T.I.'s podcast. I really don't follow podcasts like that. You know what I mean? I listen as Sirius. I like the Andy station. He has good shows and those girls and stuff like that. I like AM radio and then I like my music. And people always say to me, why don't you get a podcast? I'm like, what? This is a podcast, but with a better paycheck. Just So, okay, I thought it was T.I.'s podcast and those girls might be his co-host or something like that. I don't know who the girls are. I never listen to podcasts. I'm not a pod or a caster. Okay, so the host, apparently, these two girls have the podcast, and one of them is Miguel's girlfriend. And I forget which one, because when Miguel came here for his first time, he had her with him. And she, huh?
The one in white.
The one in white, okay, there she is. Look, they make a really good couple. I liked her when she came. They were very respectful, and then her co-host is Nadia. So it's Nazanin, who's the girlfriend, and Nadia. Okay. And I'm not being critical, but when you step in my lane, I gotta criticize. Miguel, don't be mad at me, because I'm still gonna say what I have to say. Nazanin, don't be mad at me. You're still beautiful and delightful, and you and Miguel make perfectly compatible heights. And the little people. And yeah, they're good. They're good together. But, you know, you wanna step into hosting a podcast, which is almost like radio, except not as big as radio, then I have something to say. So the hosts are now being slammed for not calling T.I. out. And I got something to say, but you listen.
We have yearly trips to the gynecologist to check her height.
Oh, hey, I'm done with you right now.
So, you know.
Do you go with her? She's a prisoner.
Yes, I go with her.
You go with her? Somebody check on Deja.
I go with her. Right after the birthday, we celebrate. And,
we go and check her hymen after.
And then,
what the?
No, usually like the day after the party, I put a sticky note on the door. Gyno. No. Tomorrow, 9:30.
Now, Deja is, as we talked about yesterday, T.I.'s 18-year-old daughter. Beautiful girl at 18 years old. It's creepy even to have your own mom in there. And I get along with my mom. I love you, mommy. But no, you're not coming to check my hymen at 18, because you would have been sorely disappointed. And Daddy, you don't even have a horse in that race. Like that is such a violation, I would say. Anyway, so the host issued a statement because everybody went hard on them on social media, and we talked about it here on the show. It's a really long statement. I don't feel like reading it. You girls messed up. To me, these are two girls who have their podcast. They were probably just happy to have T.I. in the building, you know, to big up their podcast so more people would listen. But what you did was you missed the opportunity to call him out. Both of you. Both of you. Because that would have been the bigger story. That would have made people want to listen to your podcast like, oh, these women are like, you know, standing up during this Me Too time and, you know, these men need to sit down. T.I. needs to sit down and let his daughter grow up and have some sort of trust. The gynecologist signed off on a paper saying, or the daughter signed off on the paper, which is why the gynecologist said it was fine, because normally that's that Hippocratic oath where you can't tell people about stuff. I just feel like if you understand what I'm saying, like you get your bones in broadcast by not going along because you're so happy and cackling to have somebody in, but if you see something that you know is wrong, or maybe these girls didn't think it was wrong. They just sounded like two hyenas laughing about something that didn't need to be laughed about. They should have called T.I. out right there, right? That's all. Enough with that. I gotta catch up with On Demand. Carl keeps telling me about it. What's the show called, Carl? The Godfather with my man. Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah, amazing.
It's amazing. It's The Godfather of Harlem. You know I like that street mess. And so there's a whole bunch of episodes on Demand. I gotta catch up with that this weekend.
6 to be exact.
6 to be exact. I don't know where James is, but Carl's in for James. Okay. Anyway, Ray J, all right, wants to meet with President Trump. According to the Daily Mail, Ray J wants President Trump to support a pardon for, get ready, Suge Knight. Now look, I guess he figured if Kim can do it, why can't he? Suge Knight is no Alicia Johnson. Hi, Alicia. Suge Knight is a killer. Do you understand? And we only know on the record of one killation. But in my mind.
Right, I have nope, don't even look at me.
Okay, I know. Ray J, okay, so now Ray J's in charge of Death Row Records. Suge recently made him in charge from behind bars while he's serving his time. Suge won't be out for 27 years in prison, and so Suge wants to make sure when he comes out, stuff is still popping. And then Nick Cannon is in charge of writing the book of Suge's life. Which, by the way, Nick, the more I watch that Masked Singer show, the more I just love it. I never thought that I would love like a competition show like that, because I think, you know, they're all rigged or whatever. I find myself sitting, like literally taking off my shoes after a long day. You know, it's 9 o'clock at night, the Masked Singer comes on, my TV is on Fox, because it comes on Fox, because we're on a lot of Fox stations, Wendy is Fox. And so I turn it on, I'm like, oh, I like this show. I do. Anywho, so the president just might take this meeting, I'll tell you why. Because he does a lot of things that are unexpected and unpresidential. Like, clap if you think that Suge needs to be pardoned, and be honest, we're not gonna jump you. All I'm saying, Ray J, is just stick to doing death row. And we were asked in our morning meeting, or I was asked, why do you think Suge has Ray J at the top of death row now doing that? And I said, because Ray J is easily manipulated by Suge. I mean, there are other people qualified to run a record label, but those other people have a backbone and won't be bossed around by Suge. You know what I mean? Like, you can threaten Ray J just enough. You understand what I'm saying? Ray J, I will have somebody, because even though, in my mind, even though Sugar's in jail, he still's got tentacles in the streets. And they will show up at Ray J's house and hang him off the balcony like Vanilla Ice. So anyway, President Trump, I hope you don't take this meeting. Ray J, act like you made the meeting, but Ray J, and heighten your security. And Shug, sit down, please. So the rapper Gucci Mane, friend to the show, he's blaming a nightclub for getting his car towed. Well, he's got this really good 2018 Ferrari. It's worth $600,000. And he drove it to the nightclub. I guess he was making an appearance or whatever, or just wanted to blow off steam. Sometimes you go to the club, you dance hard, sweat it out, go home and sleep real well. Which I told Medina we are not doing after the John Leguizamo. We'll go out for dinner, there's no nightclub, and we're just gonna go, drop me off. All right. So Gucci Mane's team, all right, parked the car in the lot behind the club and it got towed away. Gucci Mane paid $300 at the tow company to get the car back. He does have a point, because tow truck companies, they don't care. And the better your car, the more they like to careen through the streets just to mess up a bumper. Like, damn it, I'm not driving it. Is the car hanging off the back? Good. Let me hit this pothole. Boom. I know this. So Gucci, just take a look.
$300 for the tow. I guarantee you this $20,000, $30,000 worth of damage. Y'all done put my on the flatbed, my car up. None was wrong with my car.
Like a flatbed is totally different from a tow truck. We all know that, right? A flatbed is a little more civilized. If you get a fancier flatbed company, they even have curtains on either side and on the top. Yeah, oh yes, you can't even see what's in there. You just know there's something going on. So Gucci wants the club to pay for the damages. And I agreed with Gucci. That is at least $20,000 or $30,000 worth of damage on a $600,000 car. Those little nicks and things, like if you drive a Honda, you go get that touch-up paint. And just, you touch it up. Back in my day, I was reduced to touching something up with black polish. I had a black Pathfinder. But you get that black nail polish, the shiny one, and you go right on around there and touch it up. And then you keep it moving. But you don't do that with a $600,000 car. It's gonna cost. But you wanna know what? I was explaining more in our meeting, and Gucci, this is not the club's fault. You need to fire all your handlers and stop parking in the CVS parking lot next door. He gets to the club, he makes the announcement that he's there. The manager said, all right, well, you can park wherever. And Gucci's people took the car around to the back. But what they didn't do is keep it in the club parking lot. Or you could have used valet at the club. Or with a car like that, you park it right in the front and you make sure 2 of your security guards are out there making sure nobody gets jumped on it or, something like that. Instead, what did his people do? They parked it next door, but same parking lot. Sometimes parking lots are attached. All you have to do is step over, the block. This is your team's fault. The manager left before Gucci left the club. So the manager just said, all right, we'll park in the back, and there's the parking lot. They went over to the CVS. By the time Gucci's truck was towed, or car was towed, it was the manager of the CVS that was like, what is going on? The CVS is not even open right now. I'm here to open the door, stack the lotions, and make sure everything is safe. And here's this $600,000 car that doesn't belong here. You're blocking our customers. So, Gucci, I'm sorry. This is your team's fault. This is not the club's fault. You know what I'm saying? That is it? You gotta be joking me.
It seems so short.
I want
That
my
was
money
so
back.
fast. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's it for Hot Topics. We got more great show for everybody. Our friend Jacquees is here to perform. But up next, the one, the only, Dr. Phil is here. So grab a snack and come on back.